what we can do with these levels as we begin to apply them and this hierarchy is we can start to realize that these levels can be important if we're mapping out some kind of a challenge or some kind of a path to a goal. So for example, in NLP, we typically say you start with your present state. Where am I now? What's my desired state? Where do I want to go? What's the path? How am I going to get where I want to go? And we can use the levels to enhance that map. So for example, if the present state, which could also be problem state, I can map out, well, what's the environment that's related to that? What actions are connected to that present state? What are the capabilities that are there or that are missing? What values and beliefs are driving it? What sense of identity is related to that? Is there some kind of a sense of purpose that's connected with that present state? We can do something similar with the desired state. Again, where and when do I want this difference to happen? What is going to be different? How will I be thinking or acting, thinking differently? What will be different in my internal map? What will be different in terms of my values and beliefs? What will be different in terms of my identity or purpose? So it gives a very rich and powerful way of being able to map the process of change. Then finally, when we think about what resources are going to be necessary in order to make this transition, in order to shift something. So we were talking before about changing a habit versus changing a phobia versus changing an addiction versus changing something else. The levels map can give us really deep insight into that process of change. And it can be used in a number of ways. For example, problem solving. So the present state, if it's a problem, what resources do I need? What's the desired state? But you can use it in reverse as well. I can plan. I can say, I can start with what is my desired state and how am I going to reach that desired state from the present state? One of the other powerful things we can do, and it's one of the things we do a lot with NLP in general, is modeling. So we can say, I can find somebody who does something. And in fact, in the program that's coming up, we're going to go through examples of ways to apply the levels for each one of those. How do we use it to solve a problem, for example, to transform a limiting belief, for instance? How do we do it to model resources, somebody that's doing something well, or even a group or a team? And how do we use it to plan something, to move from vision into action? So these are, again, some of the uses of these levels. And these, again, will be types of things we explore during the program.